What's up, guys? Hello, my friends. I feel like it's been a while. When is the last time that I did a stream? When was it? I don't even... Is my microphone okay right now? I haven't used this thing in weeks. When's the last time that I did a live stream? I feel like it's been a couple weeks. You're going to have to bear with me this evening. I started feeling kind of shitty last night. I don't have a fever. I just, like, I got a little bit of a sore throat. I feel a little achy. You know that feeling when you kind of have, get a little sick and you have like I don't know if you guys have this, but like whenever I feel a little under the weather, there's like an insatiable hunger that I get. It's weird. Like I'm super hungry when I get sick. So like, I don't know, man, I'm a little under the weather right now, so bear with me. I apologize if this thing is a little slow. And by this thing, I mean me. But yeah, not feeling too hot right now. It's a bummer because I got to go to work tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully I don't feel too shitty because I've never called in sick since I've been on the job. And I don't know. The fire service is very strange when it comes to like sick. You get a lot of sick days, but like people really, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. Most people just work through shit, That's how it is. But anyway, guys, what's up? Good to see everybody. Swish, thank you so much for the first super chat. Channel Sports Swish says, happy fried eggs, Greedo. Gonna go see Indiana Jones on Monday. Not expecting much, but I liked Crystal Skull, so I should enjoy this just fine. Cheers. Nice. I have not had a chance to see it, and I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to see it, unfortunately. It's me and my wife both work, and when I'm not at work, she's at work, and I'm watching our daughter. My parents help out a lot with babysitting because, on many days we're both working. So it's kind of hard for me to like be like, hey, mom and dad, do you want to watch the kid while me and my wife go watch the Indiana Jones movie? I know you watch her all the time, but can you do us a side? And they would 100%. They wouldn't even question it. They'd be like, of course. But for me, it's like, it's hard for me to ask for more days to watch her because they already watch her so often, But yeah, I'll see it eventually. I definitely will see it in the theater at some point. When? I don't know. I'd like to see it with my buddy. I'd like to see it with my wife. But I don't know if all of our schedules are gonna vibe, But anyway, Swish. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Be nice. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I hope I have fun with it, Anyway, I appreciate that. Evans Media, good to see you. Evans says, saw Indy 5, loved it. Raiders is still my favorite, though. Now, I'm glad. I have heard, I've listened to a few, like, non-spoiler reviews. And everyone that I kind of know and I trust, at least, on YouTube, like an example would be Chris Stuckman. He seemed to really enjoy it. He had fun with it. So, I'm really hopeful, and I'm glad to hear that you loved it too, man. Yeah, I'm just going in to just have some fun. I'm not a big fan of Crystal Skull. There's some things in that movie that I do really enjoy. Some ideas that I enjoy. I thought Shia LaBeouf did great. I liked his character of Mutt. Kind of, a greaser. Yeah, he was fun in it, but a lot of the movie, I think I parrot or I kind of go along with the general sentiment of that movie. Not really a big fan, but Evan, I don't know. Man, it's really hard for me to pick a favorite Indiana Jones movie. I've said this before, but I honestly think Temple of Doom is my favorite. I watched Temple of Doom more than Raiders and Crusade growing up. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's funnier, I think. It's I don't know. It's a fun little kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like a smaller scale little adventure, you know. But yeah, I watched Temple of Doom so much as a kid. That VHS tape got worn out, man. Me and my family growing up, this was like the mid 90s. We had like a van, like not like a minivan, but like kind of like, I guess like an Astro van style van. And in the back, it had a VCR with a little tiny TV that hung on the roof of or like the ceiling of the back seats. And on road trips, we would always play Temple of Doom. I remember like there were a few movies in rotation in the back seat on road trips. It was always Temple of Doom, like Air Force One, Star Wars: A New Hope. Jesus Christ, those three, that's all Harrison Ford movies on these road trips. Independence Day, the Men in Black. There was like 5 or 6 VHS tapes that just were on rotation on road trips, and yeah, it was a good time. Anyway, yeah, Temple of Doom is fun. It's a fun one. Everybody, yeah, see, like, who said that? Mega Vania fan, Temple of Doom is dark and horror tone. Yeah, I would agree with that, but everybody always says it's like the darkest movie out of the Indiana Jones franchise. Maybe that's true, but I've always viewed it as like the funnier one, the goofier one. I don't know. It's like it has super dark moments. I mean, a man rips a man's heart out of his chest, right? Super dark moments. Child slave labor under a spell. Like, it's super dark at points, but I feel like it's the funnier one. I don't know. You know? I don't know. Oh, nice. Chase, I'm actually wearing an Algernon shirt right now. I wore it all day. Nice, man. My favorite... Oh, that's tough. I want to say my favorite Algernon song is maybe Look Down. It's called Look Down. It's a shorter... Well... it's hard for me to pick one. Maybe Motivational Song. I like the upbeatness of that. But I love... There's a hook in Look Down, the song Look Down, that is so catchy. Dinosaurs died quite a while ago. We still fascinating, looking for bones. He just repeats that a few times. And it's not... I wouldn't call it a chorus because it never repeats itself after he sings it that one time. But I don't know. I love that song. It's hard for me to pick a favorite. But maybe Serial Killer Status or Motivational Song. I don't know. It's tough. But yeah, it's funny you mention it. I've been wearing an Algernon shirt all day. Nice, man. Nice, Boba. Enjoy it, man. Knight Rider, Greedo, what is your favorite trilogy? You won't kill me if I say mine is the sequels, right? Nah, we're not like that around here, man. You like what you like, and who gives a shit, right? He said, I've already been called my opinion wrong way too many times and was even told to kill myself. Oh, that's not fun. Dude, all this shit... People take this shit way too serious, right? If your favorites are the sequels, awesome. I'm glad you found what you like, right? If your favorites are the prequels, awesome. I'm glad you found what you like. If you're like me and your favorites are the original trilogy because that's what you grew up with and that's all you knew and that's all there was back then, great. I'm glad you found what you liked, right? So, yeah. Yeah, my, Knight Rider, mine is the original trilogy. It's, and again, like, that's what I grew up with. That's all there was back then. I was born in 86, and for the first 13 years of my life, there were only 3 Star Wars movies, and that's all I watched. If you were younger when the prequels came out, those will be your Star Wars. If you were younger when the sequels came out, chances are that's going to be your Star Wars. You know what I mean? So, that's just how it goes. Imagine telling somebody that their opinion is wrong because they like a trilogy. I can't think of a more like loser bullshit thing to do. Oscar Rodriguez, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Oscar says we caught it playback. No spoilers. Let's just say it's less Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, more No Country for Old Raiders. Mangold must have taken a page from TLJ Playbook. Oh, nice. Okay. I like... I can't remember who posted it, but somebody posted that it's like Lucasfilm, Disney are kind of the only studio or whatever that's kind of focusing on the... like what it means to get old, you know? These aging characters... I like that, Oscar. Well, you're just going to ignore the fact that Harrison Ford's 1,000 years old? No, you lean into that, right? You lean into that. And you address it in the story, and you make it a part of the story, right? So I don't know exactly the specifics of what you're talking about. I don't know. I have no idea where this story goes, but the correct thing to do would be to make age a part of the story, you know. Don't ignore it. He's not the same man he was back in the 80s. You know, he's not going to be swing. I mean, maybe he does swing from ropes and shit like that in the movie. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I appreciate the no spoilers, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I don't really know what to expect. Haven't really read anything other than I watched a couple no spoiler reviews. And the people that I watched seemed to enjoy it. They had fun with it. So yeah, I really like Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I think I've mentioned it on live stream before, but if you've never seen her show Fleabag, it's definitely one that you should watch. It's one of the best shows I've ever seen, ever. I think it's only 2 seasons, and that's all they're gonna make. She wrote it and she stars in it, and I think both seasons have 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's just so funny and heartfelt, and so everybody should watch Fleabag. Again, 2 seasons. I think it's 12 episodes total, 6 episodes per season. It's an easy, quick watch, short and sweet, but it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. But anyway. Ricky Dicky Duda Grimes, thank you so much, man. Good to see you. And Sapity, I appreciate it, guys. Ricky says, "Evening, Greedo. Been playing through the Mass Effect games again, and it's got to be my top 3 for sci-fi. You should check the series out." Yeah, so I own all the Mass Effect games. I bought them when they were like heavily on sale. Oh, and then I got the remastered Mass Effect 1, right? They remastered the first one. Is that correct? I think they just did the first one, right? Yeah, I think. And so I didn't play them when they were coming out. I truly think the only one that I've ever really played is the first one. And I've never beaten it. Like, for whatever reason, oh, they remastered all three. Okay, cool. Yeah, for whatever reason, I've never beaten them. I've never gotten into them as much as I thought I would. They're great. The story's great. The music's great. Characters are great. But yeah, for whatever reason, like, it's not just a Mass Effect thing. It's a single player thing in general. I have a really hard time getting into single player games. Something really has to grab me and keep me entertained for me to stick with it. And I feel like Mass Effect, I'll go through phases. I'll play it heavily for a few weeks, and then I'll put it down for months. Yeah, I don't know why, Ricky. I really don't know why. The last time I played the first Mass Effect was probably 2 months ago or so. I still have it installed on my Xbox. But, like, yeah, for whatever reason. That's how I am with Cyberpunk. I actually uninstalled Cyberpunk, Ricky. I couldn't get into it. I just couldn't get into it. I never had any glitches. I never had any problems with it. But, like, I don't know why. I really tried to get into it, but I just couldn't for whatever reason. And again, it's a single player thing. I also don't really have time to play many games. Like, if so my schedule is weird, right? You know, I work 24 straight and then I'm off for 2 days straight. But when I get off work, I go home and I watch my kid. And then that night, basically every day that I work is a weekend because I'm off the two following days. So, the night that I get off work, I don't have to go to work the next day. So I usually stay up a little later. And sometimes I'll play a game, but most of the time I'll just watch an episode of something or maybe watch a movie that I've been wanting to watch. I usually just stay up like an hour and a half, 2 hours a little later than my wife does. And it's really not enough time for me to devote to like a large scale game every third day, you know, just for an hour. Yeah. Wait, a new Blade Runner game? What? Let me look this up. There's a new Blade Runner game? I don't think I knew about this. Oh, a trailer got released a day ago? What? No kidding. I'm gonna pull this trailer up. Yeah, man. I didn't know this was existing. I didn't know this was in the works. Hell yeah. I'll check this out. Did anybody play the Blade Runner game on the PC like in the 90s? I wonder if it's going to be something like that. The Blade Runner game in the 90s, I remember playing it quite a bit growing up. Blade Runner 2033 Labyrinth. Cool. Yeah, I'd love to check this out. Let's see, when did that Blade Runner game? Blade Runner game 1997? Is that the one? Yeah, there was okay, here it is. There was a Blade Runner game that came out in 1997. And, yeah, I remember playing it pretty heavily. I don't really remember too much about it, but I remember playing it, and I believe it's a point-and-click kind of mystery game. Wow, looking at these screenshots kind of bringing me back. Jeez. Anyway. Nice. I appreciate you bringing that to my attention, man. I'm going to read a little bit about it tonight. Hell yeah. Oh. Again, I'm not feeling too good. I apologize for that, guys. Did the microphone pick that up? That was gross. Sapity, thank you so much. Sapity says, as the space and galaxy lover you are you looking forward to Starfield and Star Wars Outlaws? Both games look fantastic. Yes, and again, it's hard for me to like get super excited for these games just because I don't have any goddamn time for games. And also, in order to play these games, I think I'm going to need to build a new PC. Like, my computer really can't run Survivor. I haven't tried to play Survivor in, I don't know, when did it come out? I feel like it's been a month. I couldn't even launch it. I attributed that to my older PC. I built this thing in 2015, you know? So maybe they've put a patch on that'll allow me to launch it, but even then, I don't know if it would run good at all. It might be just too frustrating, you know? So I love the Star Wars Outlaws looks great. The gameplay looked fantastic. I can't wait to explore the world. In Starfield, yeah, those two games I'm super excited for. I don't know what else to say, but it's going to be a little frustrating for me because it's difficult to find the time. You know, I have a laundry list of games that I want to play, and I just can't get to them. Really, the only time that I have for video games, if I do play something, I usually just play an hour of like a multiplayer game, like an online shooter or something like that I can just hop in and play for an hour and then just hop out. You know, to get like a Starfield that is going to require so much time and devotion, and focus. I'm sure I'll end up getting it and playing it, but like I'm a little worried that it's going to be one of those instances where I only play it for a couple weeks and then I never pick it up again, you know, which would be a bummer. But eventually, I'll build a new PC, and when that happens, I'll definitely go through a period of playing a ton of games, you know. But as of right now, you know, I don't know when we're going to be building when I'm going to be building a new PC. It'll probably be months and months and months down the road. We are trying to do some stuff with the house right now. I got some projects that I need to knock out. Things like I'm going to be repainting our kitchen cabinets, going to be building like a built-in TV / like shelving unit in our living room. Just got a lot of stuff on the horizon, so I think the PC is gonna have to wait a few more months, you know. But yeah, I'm excited for both. Sapity. Long story short. Ricky says, if you're still doing YouTube in the next 20 years, you should slap an old man beard sticker on your helmet. I actually have a fake beard that I've worn in videos before. I don't remember what video that was. I actually bought it because I had a sponsorship years ago for Dollar Shave Club. And they sponsored one of my videos, and I bought a fake beard to wear with my helmet. And and like I fake shaved it, you know what I mean? I could throw that on. 20 years. In 20 years I'll be 57. Dude, I started this thing in 2011. 12 years ago, so I mean, which is crazy, you know. It's interesting to think about the ebbs and flow of this channel, and not only the channel, but like Star Wars hype and fandom, and just how this entire platform has kind of changed, how I've changed with it. You know, I was kind of thumbing through some of my older videos. It was earlier this week. And just kind of looking at thumbnails and stuff and being like, oh man, I used to make really goofy, out there, weird videos. Just silly stuff. And I miss doing that, you know. That was 12 years ago. And I would love to start making goofy stuff like that again. But, again, it's just hard to find the damn time to do any of it. I'm very nostalgic for, like, the earlier days of not only the channel, but it's not nostalgia for the channel, it's nostalgia for the hype of the build-up of Star Wars, because, like, new Star Wars, you know. Because I started this thing, like I said, in 2011. That was before Disney acquired the franchise. That was before we knew there was going to be new Star Wars movies. And I was, for like a year and a half, I was just making... I was just making stuff, not knowing they were going to be making more Star Wars, and just making goofy stuff and having fun. And then, boom, they announced new Star Wars, and Disney bought the franchise, and, you know, it was just a really fun period. It was a fun time. But, yeah. Let me take a quick sip here. Me too, Matt. Me too. Nice, Brandon. That's crazy. That's crazy. First Order helmet. Knight Rider. Knight Rider asked if I ever thought about wearing a First Order helmet. No, not really. So I do have other helmets besides my Stormtrooper one. I have a Vader helmet. I have a TIE Pilot helmet. I have a Jar Jar Binks mask. But no, I have the Greedo mask. But I've always, like my entire life, wanted a full suit of Stormtrooper armor from A New Hope, and I got it. And that's really the only one that I ever like to wear. I like the design of the First Order helmets and Stormtroopers, but the one that, you know, it's personal preference. It's just the one that I grew up with, right? So. Dude, Brandon says some of your old videos kind of remind me of Angry Video Game Nerd. I think that's what got me into your video. Yeah, he was a huge influence on the channel for years. So, I mean, still is. I'm a big fan of his. But years before I started my channel, I was watching Angry Video Game Nerd. For years before. And at a certain point, I was just like, you know, he can make goofy stuff on the internet. I can make goofy stuff on the internet. So my earlier videos were heavily inspired. I was drawing big time from the Angry Video Game Nerd. Big time. What's up, Cladle? Favorite TV show of all time? That's tough, man. That's really tough. It's like, oh, man, like The Sopranos is so good. That might be my favorite of all time. But then you got Star Trek: The Next Generation, you know, or then you have things like Fleabag. You know, there's so many different categories that I can put these shows in. I mean, like goofy shows like Pin 15. Have you seen Pin 15? That shit is hilarious, especially if you grew up in the era that it took place in, you know. So I don't know what my favorite TV show of all time would be. That's too difficult to answer. Depends on my mood, you know. Yeah, Francisco. Yeah, Andor is my favorite Star Wars show, and that's by a long mile. Nick, we did get a fake tree to go upstairs in like my daughter's playroom, but I mean I put my ornaments on it and stuff, but it's mostly just there for extra ornaments that we didn't put on our main tree. We got a lot of ornaments. I had somebody that I knew worked for Hallmark for like 20 years or something like that. And every year she would get us so many ornaments. We have bins and bins and bins of Christmas ornaments. And we can't fit them all on a tree. And some of them we look at them like I have a Mark McGuire ornament, and I'm like, I don't need to put Mark McGuire on my Christmas tree. We have a lot of those types of ornaments, you know. But yeah, I saw that 80s Kid. I didn't even know that existed until I went to a comic book shop downtown. I don't know when this was, like 3 or 4 months ago, and they had it in there, and I didn't even know that existed. It's pretty cool. I'm vaguely familiar with both Knight Rider. I don't go on Reddit very often, but I do. I am vaguely familiar with both of those. No, I've never heard of it, Fat Man. I'll have to check that out. Hopefully I feel better in the morning. I've been feeling kind of shitty the past couple days. Yeah, Ricky, I saw Blade Runner 2049 when it first came out in the theater. I haven't watched it since, but I remember enjoying it quite a bit. I couldn't really tell you anything beyond that, just because, again, I've only seen it once, and it's kind of a foggy memory. But what year did that come out? It was like 2018. Blade Runner 2049. 2017. All right, 2017. Hmm. Knight Rider asks, are you going to give Ray's movie a chance? I told my friends about the movie, and they said, oh, this movie is going to suck. Of course I'm going to give it a chance. Why wouldn't you give it a chance? I don't go into things expecting them to suck. And I like the character of Ray. I think she's a great character. And especially if you look at it from the perspective of what kind of character, what kind of human being, what kind of person would you want to kind of spearhead a new Jedi Order? Well, Rey is a very empathetic individual, very thoughtful. I think as somebody, she kind of fits the mold of who you would want in that position as a leader, as somebody with the personality to kind of spearhead that project. You know, I've never understood the dislike for the character of Rey. I don't chalk it up like everybody's like, oh, a bunch of misogynists and blah 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 blah. Maybe, but I think that's kind of too simple of an explanation for why people don't like the character. I'm sure people have their reasons and whatnot, but I've always liked the character. I've always liked the character. So. I'm not the kind of person, like, if somebody says they don't like Rey, I don't automatically go, "Oh, you're a bigot." What? That's dumb. That's dumb stuff. I mean, maybe they are, but to just automatically assume that without any kind of nuance or discussion or whatever or reasoning, it's kind of silly. That's Twitter bullshit, you know. But yeah, I've always liked the character though. Vince, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Vince, once again, thank you so much for the channel support. Vince says, find myself really looking forward to the new Superman. Got casting news, James Gunn writing it. Might be in for a fun, lighthearted Superman movie. Watch the original and it holds up. Feel better. I'm with you. I'm sure we've had this discussion before. But I like my Superman very lighthearted. I like my Superman to just be an attaboy Boy Scout. I like my Superman to be a little goofy, and to have James Gunn to have him be a part of a Superman movie. I think it definitely gives me hope that we're not going to just get brooding darkness, because that's not the kind of Superman that I like, I like wide-eyed, smiley, optimistic Superman. I like Superman just maybe saving a kitten from a tree. I haven't seen the original Superman in so long, dude. I need to watch that again. I can't tell you the last time that I saw it. I mean, it's probably... If I have a bad memory, and especially when it comes to years and dates and stuff like that, but I feel like it was around 10 years ago or so. I can picture watching it in an apartment that me and my wife... Oh, it's probably longer than 10 years ago then. I can picture watching it because I got it on Blu-ray, and I can picture watching it in an apartment, like our first apartment that we lived together in. I would love to revisit it. I'll probably end up watching it before the new one comes out, whenever that is going to be. But Rachel Brosnahan's great. I saw that she's going to be playing Lois Lane. Me and my wife were big fans of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. If you want to see her in something, watch that show. It's a funny show. She's a stand-up comedian in the show. And it's just a great, well-written, funny, goofy, fast-paced story. Really heartfelt at times. And I don't know if you've watched that, Vince, but I highly recommend it. But Vince says, you're going to think I'm nuts. I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in Dallas, and I'm prepared to say that the trilogy is better than the original trilogy. Holy shit, right? I love them. Nice, man. I have not seen the third one. When is that going to come out on streaming? Probably not for a little while, right? Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Well, I say not for a little while, but geez, we were in Target today, and I saw that the Super Mario movie is already out. You can buy it already, and I feel like I just saw it in the theaters. That was a quick turnaround, man. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Let's see. When did that come out? Came out in May. Oh, it comes to digital next week. Nice. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I know I really liked the first one, Vince. I have like zero memory of seeing the second one. I know I saw it in the theaters. I have zero. I really don't remember anything from it. And I'm looking forward to the third one. The first one's just so much fun, and I love origin stories, I don't remember disliking it, though, the second one. Volume 2. Yeah, I don't remember disliking the second one, but I really just don't remember it. I guess that's weird. Yeah. I can't even picture a scene. I don't even know what happened in it, honestly. But yeah, good to know that it's coming out. Volume 3 is my new favorite MCU overall. Nice. Well, that's good to know. So yeah, next, whenever it comes out, let's see. Guardians Volume 3. Streaming date. July 7th. Disney revealed that Guardians will hit digital platforms, blah, blah, blah. July 7th. That is next Friday. I got to work that day, but Saturday, maybe me and my wife will watch Guardians Volume 3 on a streaming service. There you go. We watched the new Dungeons and Dragons movie last night, and I honestly already forgot that I watched it. I saw that it had like a 90 something on Rotten Tomatoes, and I was like, whoa, okay. Maybe I should pay attention to this. Maybe we should watch this. And we watched it. And I mean, it was alright. I could not believe that it had a 90 audience and like a 90 critic score. I mean, it was fun, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know. Did you guys like it? It was very forgettable to me. Just like, I don't know. I don't know what I'd give it because I already forgot that I watched it. Yeah, I the only connections that I have with D&D are like, I played like Baldur's Gate or Neverwinter Nights, some of the Sword Coast stuff, but like. And they mentioned those in the movie, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Hey, I know Baldur's Gate. But, like, I don't know. It was alright. It was silly. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it though, Vince. If you are on the fence about watching it, I don't know. I think you would kind of feel the same way that I do. It's like I woke up this morning and I couldn't really remember what we did the night before, and then it dawned on me. I was like, oh yeah, we watched Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, Sapity, that shit was so stupid. The Satanic Panic back then. So stupid. I liked how they had kind of addressed it in Stranger Things too. So goddamn stupid. Oh, I'm gonna go to bed early tonight. I really hope I feel better in the morning. I really don't know what we've watched lately. We watched Air, which was just like a movie. Amazon. Oh yeah, I forgot. The book got taken down from the Amazon store for copyright infringement. It was up there for years, and all of a sudden it's down. I don't know why. Just maybe because I have a Stormtrooper helmet on the cover. But yeah, I forgot that link doesn't work. You can still get it on the Kindle, but yeah, I don't know what the deal was. It was weird. What else have we watched lately? We watched a few things at the Firehouse. Those guys like horror movies. We watched Scream 4, which, whatever. Whatever. Is that the newest one? That's what we watched. Yeah. I really don't know what else we've watched lately. Oh, 6 is the newest. Okay, never mind. But, alright guys, I'm going to get out of here. I know it's 10 minutes early than an hour. But I'm going to go plop on the couch and rest. I'm feeling achy and shitty, and I got to work tomorrow. And I'm hoping that I wake up and feel better. Because 24 hours on and feeling a little shitty. And, it's people just work. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to call in. This is how it goes. Honestly, I'm surprised I don't get more sick. Because I'm around so many sick people. But, anyway. Alright, guys. That's it for me. Thanks for hanging out, man. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a while. I'm hoping to get back into the swing of things soon. It's also hard this time of the year because my daughter is on summer break and I'm watching her all day. I don't really have time to make videos because she's not in school and I don't really have time to stream either. So the next few months are going to be as slow as the past month has been. But I'll get back into the swing of things. All right, everybody. Thank you to everyone who super chatted. Swish, Evans, Oscar, Ricky, Sapity, and Vince. I appreciate it, guys. And everybody else, thanks for hanging out in the chat, man. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your morning, your evening, your afternoon, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I'll catch you all on the flip side. See ya.
Thank you.